Hello there, vinyl community and YouTube. Thank you for stopping in, visiting. Today I want to just touch on a few records that I've picked up lately, what I like to call recent finds. And I have a lot of psych here. Most of you follow me know that I like psych. And I'm going to start right off with one that I was real happy to get a hold of. Now you're going to ask me to pronounce it. Fapadokli. 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 I'm not really sure. It's got something to do with an Indian language. This is a very good psych album. One of the records that are hard to get your hands on. I have seen the other cover more often than this cover. I keep wiggling it around, don't I? Yeah, the other cover is colorful, and if you found an original colorful one, they run over $500, probably closer to $600. This is a second run, and I like the picture on it better because it shows the band. And they're numbered. They only made 500, and this is 141. If you can see it, if I can stop shaking. And side 2, better than side 1. It's like old psych pop. Does that make sense? A little bit of older pop music in there, but it's not bad. I like it. Matter of fact, I'm getting to like psych pop in general a little bit. Next up, we have, I'm not going to pull this one out because it's hard to get in and out. This is from a band called The Orb, and on this particular album, David Gilmour from Pink Floyd joined up with them. Originally, Orb plays the same kind of music as Pink Floyd, more of an ambient type music, but this one, it's got David Gilmour written all over it, and it sounds like one of their Pink Floyd's later albums. And this one is actually called Metallic Spears. It is a gatefold. It does have a centerfold, which is very plain, so you're not missing anything on that one. And then we're going to jump around a little bit. Been wanting to get my hands on this one, Lightning Hopkins. He's got a couple self-titled ones. This one just Lightning Hopkins. Excellent sample of his work. It has penitentiary blues, and it's got a couple of his favorites on here. And this album I would highly recommend if you like the blues, our vinyl blues guy. I think he would probably have an original. This is the latest reissue, but extremely good blues album. And then we're going to sample rock and roll. Whitesnake came out with this album. It's just titled The Rock Album. Down at the bottom, it's 2020 in Roman numerals, with their famous emblem of a white snake on there. And on the back it shows 4 different pictures of the band at 4 different stages. Two albums, a lot of Whitesnake on here, kind of a best of. At the top it will show you all the different Whitesnake albums. Most often you see these first 2 quite popular, especially during the vinyl years. But yeah, I enjoy that. It's on 180 gram vinyl, and it sounds excellent. Moving right along here. This is another one that straddles in between psych and pop and rock. Of course, it's Ronnie James Dio, but if you're expecting him to sound like he did in his solo days or even his Black Sabbath years, you'll be surprised to hear him sing more of a melodious type of music. I like it. It's great. It might not be for everybody, but it's kind of fun to have some of Ronnie James Dio. There's a couple other albums he made under the name Elf. This one is called Trying to Burn the Sun. And yeah, it's pretty good. Not great, but pretty good. I like it. It's a keeper. And I'll tell you about another keeper. A lot of people know about this one, especially all my psych friends. This is the West Coast Pop Art Experimental Band, Part 1. Not to be mistaken with Volume 1. But this album, Volume 2 and Volume 3, especially Volume 3, that one's probably my favorite. I'll probably try to get my hands on all of them. This one is done by the people at Music on Vinyl, and I seem to be making a plug for Music on Vinyl quite often because I buy a lot of their product. It is high fidelity, this is good sounding music here. It sounds the way it's supposed to anyhow. Next up, Hawkwind. Again, Music on Vinyl, and a lot of my friends who are in the psych world know that this is a very good psych album too. This actually touches a little bit on space psych or space rock. It's extremely well done. I think for a first album, Hawkwind just knocked it out of the park with this album. So glad that I got it. If you like rock and roll, if you like psych, you will like this album. This is Hawkwind. And this one was released in 1970. The other one, the West Coast one, I think that one was released in a little bit earlier, 67, I believe. Here we have some more psych. We have the animated egg, that little gold box up here tells you once again that it's music on vinyl, but that it's limited edition. And I believe this one is limited at I'm going to read it, 750 copies. And I have number 585, the animated egg. It would be nice to find an original, but until then, it's easy to just grab these presses, because sometimes they sound better than the original, especially if there's any scratches or anything on them. But they always sound extremely well made. Animated egg. Let's see what some facts about the animated egg. Jerry Cole, he was prolific at making music, helping people out. I think Jerry actually put together this group, and it's quite trippy, and it was just a one and done, and it was one and done in 69. And last but not least, we have the Moving Sidewalks. I hate these. I gotta get it in a regular sleeve. I hate them. Flash. This was the only studio album they did. There was a couple other albums out there, I think a live one, and I think a compilation, which mostly all the songs on this album. But this is done very well. This is not an original. Again, we're talking big 3 numbers on this one. And this was done in the year 2000. This was pressed in the year 2000. Originally, it was released in 1968. So it's psych music, but like many people know, and maybe some of you don't know, that this is Billy Gibbons from ZZ Top. This was his first shot at making music. He was good friends of Rocky Harrison and 13 Floor Elevators. He was a big part of the psych world at the time there in Texas. And this record is awesome. If you can't afford to buy the original at $800, $900. I don't know what you can get it for. It depends on how many scratches you want. But this pressing isn't too bad. This pressing is, well, it's pressed overseas. So tack $20 onto 50 or 40, and you're talking $60-$70 for this pressing. So very good. And before I go anywhere, most of you people, you might know Brandon on the vinyl community. This is where he's working part-time. It's called the Music Record Shop. And so giving a plug for his friends over there at the record shop. And I know it's been a while. I've been busy. Over here in my cubicles, I never put a backing in the it's 13 inches wide, 16 inches deep, and there's nothing to stop them. So I glue this in about 13 inches deep, and it butts right up to this, and looks nice. And so I've been doing that, hitting a few yard sales, wearing my mask. I hope you all are wearing your mask, because I want to see you again. Promise it won't be as long in the next time. And maybe I'll show you some of my Pink Floyd collection. I got I got all of Pink Floyd's records. I think I have most all of David Gilmour's solo stuff. So maybe I'll show you all then next time. Or otherwise, I got another batch of Japanese psych. Oh, sorry about that. Didn't mean to screw that up. But yeah, Japanese psych. It's my newest passion. It's running me into the big money too. But all right, thank you guys. See you around soon. Bye-bye.